name is Sengema from QuickTrade. Welcome to our technical analysis session once again. I hope all of you are doing okay and you are making a little bit of money out of these crazy markets. Out of these crazy markets, I think you are making a bit of money. Hi, Gert. Okay, you can hear me. Perfect. Kobus van Beek, how's it? Kobus, are you joining us for the first time? Have I seen your name here before? I don't think so. Oh, okay. Yes to the first time, or I've seen your name before. Pietro, thank you so much. Morning. It's your first time, so I haven't seen your name before. Okay, perfect. I understand, Kobus. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, what do you have for me? What do you want us to look at this afternoon? Anything specific? Current trade ideas that have been sent out? What do you want us to look at? Okay, I can see you're busy typing those messages. Okay, let me just check the forex market just to see how we are doing there. 16. Oh, look at the rand, 1344. Yeah, man. Sure. Gert would like us to have a look at Sasol. Okay, Gert, we'll have a look at that. Can you analyze today's ideas? Okay, we'll have a look at that also. It's not an issue. We'll look at that. I just want to quickly have a look at the rand here. It's weakened a lot this morning. Okay. $13.20, $13.40. We're above that. Whew, okay. That's the rand. Okay, 13.55. 13.55. Okay. Oh, okay. I've finished looking at this one. Looks like it's now starting to really weaken after hitting. Guys, remember we said something about the rand. We said that we're expecting the rand to come down to 13.15. We're seeing some support around 13.15, and it's bounced off that support. We hit 13.15 for a bit. From there, we went straight up to 13.40. We think that maybe from 13.40 we can look for 13.55. Any break above 13.55 should easily take us up to 13.80, 13.99, or anywhere between 13.80 and 14 bucks. I think it's going to happen very soon. But I mean, we'll have a look at that. We'll have a look at that. Oh, okay. Thank you there, Pietro. Thank you. Okay, let's look at it. It wasn't actually an estimation. It was just how the chart looked at a time. We just got that off the chart. We're not even predicting. I mean, We don't predict here. We look at what the chart is saying. If it's telling us to buy, we buy. If it's telling us to sell, we sell, because we don't know what's going to happen in the next 2 hours. We just follow what the market is telling us, you know. Okay, let's look at Sasol, like Gert suggested. Okay. Okay, let's start here quickly. Okay. Okay. Let's look at last month. Let's look at our support. This is where our support is on on Sasol. So let's do this. Let's do a line chart. The reason why I'm making this one support, this is the turning point. The market played around here. We had a small wiggle here, and it went up. And when it came down, it went up there. That was our strong resistance. The market came down. It went back there up again. 2016 May, it hit that resistance there. It came down, and this time it went through that area. So that 481, 480 zone is our support, and this small wiggle that we've just had here, the market just pulled back from 502, 503. We must check what happens between 503 and 480, 481. That level is very important. We'll keep an eye on it. Otherwise, another area that we can check, but I don't want to do. I don't want to do that. Let's just do. Let's just do this. That's the level that we are looking at. So far, the market has come down there, bounced off, and we're in the middle of nowhere. There's no one who's really winning that fight between the bulls and the bears, the buyers and the sellers of this market. Okay, we are still trading well above our simple moving average. The market came down, it touched it this morning, and we went up. Our low today is 482.20, around that 480, 481 zone that we've just mentioned. So we are trading between this 502.99 and 481, 482, or 480 to 482. There's our level there that we are looking at. On Sasol, let's go to the daily time frame. That was the weekly time frame. No, man, when was it? Was it that low? Was actually on the 17th. I'm sorry. That low of 482.20 was on the 17th. The market came down here. Buyers came in. They pushed the price up. We are below our simple moving average on the daily time frame. So we cannot really expect to see that much of a move pushing this share to the upside. I don't really expect to see that happening in this market, at least not now. Maybe at a later point, we're going to see that only when the price has shot. Only when the price has shot above. Please hold for me just a bit. Sorry about that. We'll be looking for this level here, 482. Every time the market comes here, there's a small rising trend line that started back in April. It started back in April. The market comes down, goes up, comes down, goes up, comes down, goes up. So I'm expecting another test of 485, 481 around there. I think there's going to be a little bit of a buying interest. If you see the price come down there, check for your simple moving average there. If you get a close above, you can just go in and take a long there and expect the price maybe to go back up to 520 and higher. But the issue that I have around here is that if you go in around 485, going in blindly, the market may not reverse. So I'm worried about that. Sure. I will try and explain that one, Pietro, but I don't know if I'll explain it to your satisfaction. But I'll try. I'll try. Are you talking about the trend lines, trend line support lines, or trend line resistance lines? But I guess you're talking about these lines here. I guess you're talking about the rising trend line that I've just drawn here. Something that is worrying me about this chart. Let me show you. This is worrying me. I'm looking at this. I don't know whether this is a pin bar or whether this is a doji. I don't know what's going on here. We could be reversing and going down, but I mean, we haven't gotten any signal yet. But any weekly close below the simple moving average around this area between, let's say, between 503 and 480, any weekly close below the moving average, you should treat that as you should treat that as a signal that you are supposed to be going in and selling Sasol. At the moment, Sasol is still looking like a buy, but things could be changing very soon. I mean, if you are not paying attention here, you're going to lose a lot of money on Sasol because you're going to think that maybe Sasol is still going up, whereas Sasol has changed direction already. So, or it's busy changing its direction. So, you must be very, 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 very careful there. You must be very careful. Let's look at that 514.96. That 514.96 is very important. We are using the 2013 close. Okay, the second half. Yeah, we're using the second half of 2013. In December, that's where the price closed. It closed around 514.96. So around that area there, something could happen. We could see the stock maybe coming a little bit lower, but I'm not saying that that's what is going to happen. It may happen. It may happen. So it's important that you keep an eye on that 514 where we tend here. Just check if we are able to break above 515, 514. If we are able to take out 514, 515 successfully, then that could pave way for the price of Sasol to climb higher. If that happens, everyone is going to benefit. You're going to see the stock moving higher. Otherwise, we could be stuck in consolidation for a bit between 515 and 480. 515, 480, that's about 20, 35 bucks. That's a 35 rand range. So let's keep an eye on that and see what happens there. I don't know if you guys are happy about my analysis on Sasol. Gert, any questions? We are happy with that. Okay. Okay, let me check. Let me check, Pietro. How do you know which point on the charts to use as support and resistance? How to use the most recent peak? Okay, are we talking about horizontal lines or which lines are you talking about there, Pietro? Please let me know quickly so that I can go and clarify that one. Oh, you're talking about the horizontal lines. Okay, I'll show you how we get those horizontal lines. Hello, Alain. You joining us for the first time. How are you? Mr. Alain, are you there? And Leoma Matamane, yeah, you're also joining us for the first time. Bukiwe, I've seen Bukiwe in one of these webinars before. Okay, Alain, thank you so much. Okay, go. Okay, just joined. Okay. Mr. Kumalo, perfect. Thank you so much for joining us. Kobas, I thought you wanted to type a message there. Okay. Go over QTs. Okay. The trade ideas that went out this morning, I think it's INL and MTN. Let's quickly have a look at these. Please pay some special attention here, Pietro. Okay, let's do INL first. Okay, let's do a yearly chart first. I'm still gonna explain to the new guys how we do this. Okay, this is the yearly chart. It looks like we're on a rise. We are on a rise. Last year we closed the year here. We closed the year there. That was the close, 89.72, and we are trading well above 89.72. That was our close last year because the market went down. It went down 2.23%. Next area of resistance, the close there is 97.50. Okay, our current resistance. We have two resistance levels here. We have 105 and 97.59. The next layer of resistance on INL is at 109.52 or 110. So this is where we are trading currently. We are trading between, let's just call it 90 and 110. So that's a 20 rand range that we have on INL. Then now we can move on to a lower time frame. Let me check how the monthly looks quickly. Okay, the monthly time frame, we are above the simple moving average, barely above the simple moving average. But the problem that I have with this one is 98. 98 is a big problem for me because we haven't broken above this one here. Let me mark this one black. I'm marking this one black. We may have a bit of a problem there around 98. We haven't really broken above that. So that area is a big problem for me. I think we need to clear that area, go up to 105 at least. I don't know what the trade idea said. Let me quickly check from my phone. Who can tell me what this trade idea said? Pietro, please help me there, big guy. Sure. Let me check. Okay. Guys, this structure is very complex, eh? Very, 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 very complex. Okay, that area there. Area there. I know I now have too many lines. We have this contracting wedge here. We have this contracting wedge around 89.90. That's where we can we should actually see more buyers coming in and buying this one, pushing it up. Okay, let me check. Sure. The idea was to buy 95, stop loss 93, take profits. I think that's 111, Lawrence. I think that's 111. That's just 11. I think maybe that's 111 or 110. Okay, I have a problem with this one, to be quite honest. We haven't actually broken above 97.59. The buy is at 93.50. If I was buying this one, I would make my buy maybe 92, 92.20. That's what I would make my buy, where I have these lines here, these little boys there. Let me highlight them, because it looks like we are stuck in a I mean in a bit of a range here. We are stuck between 92.23 and 101.56. This is where we are stuck here. We are stuck here somewhere. So I would wait maybe for the market to come down to my dotted line around 92.20, 92.23 before I go in and buy this one. Uh, I understand, but I mean, we are stuck in a range, Pietro. Remember, that range we said is 90 or 89, somewhere here. So you are not very far if you are at 92, 92.20. Maybe that's what you should wait for. I understand. Yeah, you should still just keep an open mind. Don't say that you'll stay away from it completely. 92, 92.23. You can try your luck there, but your stop loss, sure, I think your stop loss has to be below 90 though. The way I'm looking at it, your stop has to be below 90. Maybe you can make your stop loss if you, let's say you get in at 92. The best place to place your stop for me is 87.70. 87.70. That's my ideal stop loss level here. I wouldn't put my loss 80 at 93. I think 93 is in the way. If it decides to come down, you go in at 90. You'll enter at 95, it comes down to 93, it kicks you out. So the best thing, 92, 20. Around there, I think you can get the level there. But I mean, you still have the main resistance around 97.59. 97.59 is still a problem. Any break above that area there could take you up to 101, 102. And 105 is another level where you face a lot of resistance. 105 after 97. From there, you're looking at 110. Sure, it's been seesawing a lot lately. The best thing maybe would be to wait for 92, 90 levels to buy this one. At some point, it is going to go up, but for now, I think it's just stuck in that range. I guess maybe that's why Pietro is saying that he would stay very, very, very far from this one. I think that's the reason. I understand where Pietro is coming from. Okay, MACD is. I understand exactly what you're talking about there. I understand exactly. It's very unstable at current levels. It's good for people that are buying with a long, with not a long term view, with a medium to a like long term view on this one, like buying around 90, 92, expecting the price maybe to shoot up to 105, from 105 perhaps to 122 eventually. Yeah, that's what I can say about. I'm not entirely happy about it. Okay, let's look at MTN. Let's look at MTN now. Does anyone have any questions on INL still? Questions? INL? If no more questions, let me move on. Let me do MTN. Okay, let's remove these lines. We don't need them. Okay, let's do this first. Okay, last year MTN, this is the yearly chart, guys. I'm marking the open and the close of the year. MTN last year, this year opened at 135.96, and year to date we are down over 20%. We had our support at 126. We are trading well below that 126 support. Okay, now let's do the monthly chart. I want to see how the monthly time frame looks. Okay, let's look at this. This year, this is our open. In January we opened there, and in March we had a spike going up there to test the previous year's close, which is our resistance. The market started selling off from there. It closed below the simple moving average and it came down. We are well below this resistance around 126.31. We are trading below that area, so I think we are really going down on this one. Now let's get our support line here. Let's get our support line. This area here around 113 is our support line. Let me show you using a line chart. You see this turning point here is marking our resistance here. Let's mark it. We're going to color this one black. We're going to color it black. This area here is our current resistance. You see the market during July, it went up to 113.16 and it came down. So that area is our resistance on MTN. That 113.16, and we are trading below our simple moving average, below that 126.31 resistance. Let me see what the trade idea said. Let me check it quickly. Maybe you can give me the details on the trade idea, because I was actually busy. I didn't get a chance to check it. Okay. MTN buy 104.20, TP 112. Well, 112.26 is okay. Stop loss 101.90. Okay, okay, let's check this. Okay, let's mark this close, last month's close. Last month's close is very important. It's our current resistance. Sorry, our immediate resistance. It's important to market in July. Sorry, in June. Sorry, let me slow down. In June, we closed at 107.90. And the market went through that, hit our resistance, and it's now well below the previous month's close, 107.96. That's another bearish point there that we are looking at. Let us now go to our our weekly time frame. Okay. Okay. Sure. Last week we had a negative close to the week. We are down 2.89%, and our resistance, looking at the weekly time frame, we are looking at 110. We're looking at 110. Our support is at 106.35. According to this, we are focusing more on the dotted lines, the two horizontal dotted lines. We are looking at that. We haven't closed above 110 yet. We haven't closed below 106.35, so that area is very important. And this is our previous month's close, 107.96. We are below that. If we close the week like this, there's a good chance that we could perhaps get more sellers coming in next week, pushing the price well below closing well below 106.35. Closing well below 106.35. Now let's do this. Let's look at the daily time frame now. Let's come down to the daily time frame. Okay, daily time frame, we hit that resistance, we came down, and now this one is not really convincing to me. We closed below the simple moving average yesterday. Today we are below the simple moving average still. Sure, let me look at that entry there. Sure, how? Well, when looking at this one, 104 as an entry. 104.22 as an entry is not really a bad level here, but let's look at this. Let us try and be a little bit more realistic here. Let's draw this line here. Let's make it thick. Let's get another line. It went up there. Let's make it thick, and let's get another one. Let's take it down. Let's get another one. Going up there. And now we get another leg down. Another leg down. I don't know how far down this is going to go, but this is the pattern I'm looking at. Comes down, bounces off, goes up, comes down, it hits our resistance there, it comes down. So this is our leg going down. So I don't really know what's going to happen here, whether we're going to put out a base around this area here or not. But we don't have a full confirmation that's saying that we should actually go in and buy this one yet. We don't have that confirmation yet. That's my only issue on this one. That's my only issue really. Let them try and go back maybe a couple of years. Because this was our range. We've broken below this range around 110, 10, 108, and the market is coming down. So that area is our resistance. And first half of 2018, we dropped 20%. We are here. That area is our resistance. Sure. In my view, currently, there's no hope for MTN. I think MTN is going to go straight down to 100 at some point. I suggested 80, that it could even get down to 80 bucks. Is the only issue that I don't have enough data. But I remember back in 2007, 2008, 2008 to be precise. Some of my guys picked it up at when I was working for another investment house. They were buying this at $8. They were buying it at 80 bucks. So I think we are heading down there. For now, I do not really see anything that suggests that one should actually go in and buy this one. To be quite honest, I don't. I'm sorry, I don't. But I mean, if you're an aggressive guy, you can actually go in and take it. But you must keep an eye on that 113. I know that our stop loss is below that, but I mean, we have 110 or 109.88 as our immediate resistance on a shorter time frame. So it's very important that you check that one out and make sure that you don't you don't get swallowed up by this crazy markets. I don't know. Does anyone have any suggestion, any question, anything to say that maybe goes against what I've just said here on this particular stock? If there is someone who wants to say anything, please let me know. Another instrument we looked at gold. We looked at gold. On gold, we said gold was going to come down to 1,240, and any break below 1,240 was going to take us down to 1,200, 1,205. So that's the level I'm looking at here. I'm looking at 1,205, 1,200. I think that's where the price of gold is likely to go to, around 1,200. I think that's where we're going to start attracting more buyers on gold, because I mean, gold cannot just drop forever. It cannot drop forever. At some point, it will need to pick up a bit. Okay, let me see. What else can we look at? Let's look at the Euro JPY. We looked at the Euro JPY a few days ago. We sent it out as a buy, and it hasn't actually done very well so far. It hasn't done very well, but we are still well above our 131 level. 131 level is a very good level. I like it. It's doing great in containing the price, so I'm happy with that. Let's just check quickly the levels and see if there are any opportunities that we can get out of that. Okay, this is a weekly time frame. We are trading above the simple moving average. We are on our way up. The market there at 131.44. That was our resistance, and our support is here. The market found resistance around 130. It's not just 131. Okay. 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 On the On the daily time frame, we are trading below that 131.4. But when looking at it, the other day I was analyzing. I said around 131.800, 131.900. That's where we have our resistance, and the market got there and it started coming down. Yesterday, it came down 0.22%, and today is 0.25. Yesterday, oh sorry, today we are down 1/4%. Sorry, I'm just updating there. I've just refreshed my chart. It's taking forever, huh? The Euro JPY is taking forever to load. Okay, we are down point 0.2. We are down about 1/4%. The price is still above the simple moving average there. We haven't broken below. I think around these levels, maybe that's where one can look to maybe to buy. But I mean, like this, you cannot buy because I mean, if you go to our hourly time frame, let's go to our hourly time frame. I want to show you how it looks there. The only issue is that it takes forever to load. That's my only worry when I'm switching between time frames. Okay, let's do this. Okay, we are below our resistance there. We are below our simple moving average on the hourly time frame. So this is negative. This doesn't mean, this is not saying buy me. It's not saying buy me because we are below the simple moving average, below that overhead resistance that we have around there. So for now, if you are in already, the only thing that you need to do is just to sit and wait and let the market do all the heavy lifting while you are just relaxing, waiting for the market to reverse. The overall trend on this one is up, but at the moment, it's not a buy. You cannot just jump in and take a buy on this one. If you are not in on this one, it's better to wait outside and do nothing. Just wait for it to come down for a bit. Okay, don't know if anyone has any. Are you only looking at the long? Okay, are you only looking at? Okay, I'm not actually getting your question here, Lawrence. You're saying, are you only looking at long but about to short? Oh, I don't get it. I'm saying the overall trend is saying long, go up, but currently, if you are looking for a long, you cannot jump in yet. You cannot jump in yet because it has been coming down a bit. So it doesn't make sense for you to jump in and take a long. It doesn't make sense to jump in and take a long. Guys, amongst you, who's new, who doesn't understand maybe how to analyze charts using the simple moving average? I just want to try and make sure that you understand what we are looking at. Guys like Pietro, Gert, Lawrence, they understand. Temba Nkululi Kumalo, they know what I'm talking about. Kobas is getting the hang of it. Alain, Lioma. Alain and Leoma, I think they are the only two new people we have today. Is that true, guys? Oh, Kwabas also is new. The three of you guys. Guys, am I right? Do you want me to give you maybe some basics on how to analyze these using the simple moving average to understand whether the share is rising or the share is going down? Do you need any of that, or do you understand from the examples that I've made? Did you understand? If you did, it's fine. It's not an issue. I can just move on and do other things. There's a chat tool, guys, that you can use here to type your messages. Alain understands. Okay, perfect. Gobas is good. Lioma. Okay, Lioma, maybe you are using a mobile device. If you are using a mobile device, it's possible that you won't be able to see the stuff that I'm demonstrating from my screen here. So my apologies for that if you can only hear the voice. So all of you guys are good. Okay, let's What else is interesting in this market? Let's look at the all share index, the Aussie for those of you that are interested maybe in trading the indices. First half of 2018, the market shared 2.76%. That's right. Yes, it does. Yeah, it does, Pietro. It does. We lost 2.76% in the first half of 2018, and the second half so far we're down 2%. We're down 2%. We don't know where this is going to end, but it looks like sellers are determined to bring this house down. Looks like they are very much determined to destroy this market. Okay. This is the last half of 2016. Last half of 2016, this market closed 53,196 on 53,196 points. And beginning of 2018, it opened at 53,175. It came down, it dropped 2.76%, and so far we're down 2%. So it's important that we mark these levels. That area 51,747 is very important on this one. It's a I would say that it's a huge support on the Aussie, and that 53,000, well, I mean, it was huge support. Now it's not support anymore, it's now resistance, because I mean we are below that area now. The market is declining, we are below that area, so that area is acting as our resistance. The other level that we can use maybe as our next support in this market, I'm looking at this area here around 47,000 or 46,750. This is the area I'm looking at. Let me mark it black. I'm marking that area black. That's where we are likely to get support in this market if it continues to decline like this. If it continues to decline like this, that's where we can actually hope to get a reversal in this market. Let's do the monthly time frame. Okay, okay. This market came very close to this line earlier this year, around April. It came very close to this line. It picked up. It went up. Okay, let's just focus on this. You see this blue line here? Let me make it a dotted line. The blue dotted line there. Every time the market gets to this line, the sellers come in and sell this market. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 5th month. We haven't closed any month above 51,700. We haven't. So it's possible that we're going to close below 51,700. If that happens, it gives us even a better chance of us shorting this market, expecting it to come down towards this 46,700 or 47,000 area before we see another leg up on the Aussie. So the Aussie is not really looking it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Let me just say that it's not looking good. Last week, on the weekly time frame, we closed below the simple moving average. The market just picked up a bit because of the S&P, because the S&P is looking very strong. So the S&P is helping our market a bit because the global sentiment currently is a little bit, is a little bit better. It's not too good, but I mean, it's not like excellent, but it's okay-ish. I like it. So we are looking maybe at this market Going down maybe over the next couple of days, even though the S&P is going up. The S&P has been looking very good. It has been picking up. It's above 2,800. It's above 2,800, which is a big level on the S&P. But it's possible that we may come down to 46,746. So for those shares that are trading below their simple moving averages on the monthly, weekly, you can actually use those shares as opportunities for shorting. You can use those as opportunities for shorting. If you see any bounces, you can just go in and short those. Okay, let me see what Leoma said here. I'm fine. Just maybe we should understand the fundamentals as well of the pairs. Leoma, yes, it's very exciting to try and understand the fundamentals. It's very exciting, but very confusing at the same time for someone who's starting out, who's new. So when conducting these sessions, I try very hard to avoid fundamentals because you don't want to be confused by a positive fundamental situation with a negative technical picture, because it takes quite some time for fundamentals to play out. It could take the whole year. It could take 2 to 3 years. Like in America, when they started pumping money into the system, most of the economists were saying that this is going to cause some massive inflation. They were saying that back in 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011. We are now in 2018. We haven't seen that inflation in America. It's taken so many years. It's not that those guys are wrong. Maybe they are right. It's just hasn't taken off. At some point, it's going to take off, and we're going to see it really causing maybe a havoc in the market. So that's the only issue I have with fundamental analysis. Like if you look at America right now, America is in a tightening phase. They are hiking interest rates, and it makes sense for them to hike interest rates because employment is improving, interest rates are rising. They don't want to be reactive. They'll rather be proactive and make sure that before things get out of hand, they've done or they've put some measures in place to make sure that they prevent hiking aggressively when things start getting out of hand. So what they are doing now, they are trying to protect their economy. At the same time, they are hiking. So the US dollar is rising a bit. Some of the economies, like if you look at the eurozone. There isn't much happening at the moment. We're just waiting for them to let us know exactly when they are going to stop their quantitative easing, and the euro should start strengthening from there. But we'll have to drill down into how things are happening there, whether employment is improving, and all the other numbers that go with that. I'm looking at that, but it's not really important if you want to make money. Using technical analysis alone, you can make a lot of money. In fact, I think technical analysis are better than fundamental analysis in terms of the ease of understanding. It's much easier to understand technical analysis than to understand fundamentals and applying them. I don't know if I make sense to you, Leoma, but I think you must just put fundamentals on the side for now. Make sure that you focus more on technical analysis. Once you understand technical analysis, then you can try and fuse the two together. We'll do something on fundamental analysis, but for now, I think it's okay for us to just stick with technical analysis. If any one of you would like to get involved in that discussion, you're welcome to do so. I don't have any issue. Oh, Leoma still has something to say there. Okay, I'll wait for the message. Okay. I understand that. Leoma, I'll make sure that I put something together for you. But my main fear is your confusion. You are going to confuse the hell out of yourself by looking at all these things, because maybe you're now going to focus more on fundamentals and forget technical analysis. Technical analysis is very important. The trade war, the trade war talk, yes, it's there, but to me, that's just noise. The main thing is to follow the fundamentals, like your interest rates, how the economy is doing. If the economy is doing well, of course, there could be a couple of times when they come back a bit or come off. But at the end of the day, the economy is going to continue in its main direction. If the economy is on a rise, it's going to continue rising, provided everything else within the system is okay. So that's what I'm looking at. It's a discussion that I wouldn't really want to engage in, because I'm not an expert in the subject, because I mean most of it is just speculation. Most of the guys that are talking about it, they're not even sure if they are talking about it the right way. So it's just a waste of time in my view. If you really want to make money in the market, make sure that you get to sharpen your skills in technical analysis, and everything else will fall into place. That's my view there. Okay, guys, if you don't have any more questions, I think we can call it a day. For those of you that have my email address, let me give it to you. Sihle at quicktrade.co.za. That's my email address. Yes, that's true. I agree with you there, Pietro. Guys, thank you very much for taking your time out to attend our technical analysis session. Thank you very much. I'll see you again. Tomorrow is it Friday? Let me check. Oh, tomorrow is Friday. Okay, there will be no technical analysis tomorrow, but we'll have another session on Saturday between 10 and 11:30. You can join me there. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great afternoon. Perfect, Kobas.